Firstly, Robert, I mean, does a lot of our callers there were saying, look, if you get immigration sorted, lots of other things fall into place. Is that broadly true?
Yes, well, I'd expect no less of an astute observation by the viewers of Talk. It's great to be with you on this very special day, Ian. Immigration is upstream from absolutely everything, whether it's the health crisis, it's the education services, the pressure on public services. You cannot fix any of these when you've got a population that is exploding at the rate that it is. And as we know, 90% of the population growth over the next 10 years will be down to the fact that we have an open borders policy that has been operating now for 30 odd years. Immigration, mass immigration, is the policy that has defined the last three governments, and as a result, everything that we are experiencing, any difficulty, has to be viewed within that prism.
There was a report last week from our, and I know we love the cool cats over there at the ONS, don't we? Of course we do. But they came up with some data that suggested that actually immigration wasn't the number one priority. It was cost of living and health before immigration. What do you say to that?
Well, we're told, aren't we, again and again, that it's immigration that's keeping the economy afloat and it's immigration that's helping to grow the economy. I mean, this is absolute nonsense. If you actually dive down into the data, you see that GDP per capita, which is the thing that actually matters for people, is in the longest period of decline that has been in decades. And so I think you can grow the pie, you can grow the pie, you can grow the pie, but if people are just getting crumbs from the pie, it doesn't really translate. And if you really, really look at what the priorities of the British people are, it is health, it is cost of living, but they all do stem from the fact that we have got an economy that has been degraded into a low wage, low labour, low innovation economy.
What's interesting, I noticed, about this group of Conservative MPs that seem hell-bent on getting rid of Rishi Sunak for the good or the bad, whatever we think of that, is one of their key focuses was not on illegal immigration, but on legal immigration.
Yes, well, illegal immigration is really a red herring. The main crisis is the hundreds of thousands that are coming into the country and are being allowed to come in, hundreds of thousands into the country. Many of them, most of them, the majority of them, low-skilled. The majority, bringing with them sometimes 2-3 dependents as well. Obviously, illegal immigration does irk the British sense of fair play, and you know the Rwanda plan is what you make of it. I mean, I'm not convinced it will work, but the real problem is the huge numbers that are coming in legally and being allowed to come in legally by this Conservative government.
And what is the thinking, if I've got this roughly right, Robert, the thinking is that, you know, we need these people to do the jobs that Brits either can't do or won't do.
Exactly, and it's just plain wrong. It's the idea that, oh, the Brits won't do that, it's beneath them. The key example in this is the care sector, and we're constantly told, oh, Brits don't want to do that job, they think it's beneath them. It's nonsense. You look at the statistics, look at UCAS. Brits are lining up every year to do these roles, but they're being rejected by UCAS from actually getting the qualifications. And that in part is because we've got a care sector that incentivises big care companies to import cheap, low-skilled labour from overseas and allow them to keep their top lines that they pay out to their shareholders.
In terms of other areas of legal immigration, education, we're told, is a £40 billion industry. We would be messing with that at our peril, so the argument says.
Well, it's a Ponzi scheme. We're essentially keeping afloat subpar universities so that they can explore things like DEI or climate change and things like that. And there's no real economic value from a lot of the projects that are undertaken. I mean, you know, the number of universities these days that are opening up London branches because they can then find it easy to attract foreign talent. We need really a cull of a lot of the low-grade universities that are currently situated in this country.
And then, of course, some of those people that come for those universities get an option to stay for a couple of years without having to apply for an extended visa.
Precisely. They can come in, they're allowed to work up to 20 hours a week, so a lot of them obviously use it as a backdoor to be working for those few years. They normally maybe turn up to a seminar or two, and then before you know it, there's a red carpet laid out for them to come in via the back door. So the whole system is essentially not in the hands of elected politicians. They don't have the ability to control numbers, in that they've given it away to universities and to big business, and we're all suffering the consequences.